Greetings, ladies and metallurgists, and welcome to this latest iteration of the web series, The Burning Ones. If you are new to the series, there is a playlist listed down below in the description. And as always, I hope that you enjoy. Chapter 7. This behavior is boisterous. A clicking and tapping sound emanated from cordwood speakers, and counterproductive to a stealthy assault, Chief. "Corbett," I said. "We flew in and lashed onto the arse end of a ballistically launched Kakoran, whom we used to punch a hole in the side of the ship. Not exactly stealthy." The electric guitars began their driving chug alongside the drums. Only a human would do something as dangerous as firing electricity through their primitive wooden and metal instruments while holding them. "I see. The human planned this?" Naturally, I stole a glance down the corridor. The page were massing outside. We would need to move soon. But in her defense, it worked. Naturally, the Corvid made a strange statical sound, almost like an antiquated modem. "Should I turn it up then?" "Crank it." I cracked my neck and rolled my bad shoulder. Not quite so bad as it was without the suit. It felt good to be in a battlesuit again. One might even say I was back. V's tail was swishing back and forth to the beat. Allison passed a Katsunen and a large green tube and said something about pointing it in the right direction. Allison had found several other apparently suitable, most likely human armaments, and was strapping them to a new piece of much heavier battle armor that she had donned the top of her exosuit. They shouldn't have left all this Core's hardware lying around. Allison dumped small green orbs and large green boxes into pouches hanging around her waist from the battle plating, if they didn't want someone to use it. "Tactical update. The enemy has reached the primary cluster distribution for the Katsunen companion to employ her, Analyzing. Shoulder-fired rocket." "Shoulder-fired what?" I asked incredulous, and then I remembered who gave E the weapon and shouted, "E, fire that thing!" The green tube sparked and spouted fire from smoke on both ends. The rocket leapt out, wobbling unsteadily before gaining the momentum to stabilize itself and tear its way down the corridor. 2 seconds later, it had reached 24 peg to their base components and scattered those in all directions. Tiger poked his head out of the doorway to inspect the end result, then turned back to me, face agape with horror. "Oh, icky!" And then, I assume, he was engaged in whatever a Kakoran does to avoid regurgitation. "Time to roll," I said, and flicked my wrist in a sharp, tight circle to expand my sword. The blade slid open, each micrometer of mold chain steel smoothly unfolding from the pommel and locking into place to create a long pointed blade with a single groove down the middle on either side. "Everyone on me!" "Sick giant," Allison said, and fell behind me and added, "Very metal," but with a strange emphasis on the last words. "It is metal," I responded, unsure why she would comment something so obvious. "Full metal seraph." Allison surveyed my armor up close. "I like it, kind of sexy. Please inform the human that I'm incapable of procreating." E tapped Allison on the shoulder, held up the rocket tube and said, eyes wide with longing, "More, please." "Sorry, all out of boomsticks," she chuckled and pointed to the long arm sitting in the corner, with a very wide, double-sided barrel atop of an enormous rotating cylinder, most likely firing with destructive power. "Try the shotgun." "Shotgun," the E purred, and pranced over to the weapon, ditching her empty rocket tube unceremoniously in favor of a new toy. I swear, humans, their enthusiasm for destruction is contagious. "Tiger, you good?" The Kakoran spat out a few stream of molten goo into the hallway, which reacted caustically with the fag entrails. "Tiger good. Tiger Garabria." "Right," I chuckled. I raised my left wing and guard position and coiled the sword along the side, ready to strike. "Moving." Tiger was right. This carnage was gross. "Take the left," B said. "Bots found something." "Did someone say bots?" I think this Corvid might be broken. I swear a glitch giggled like a giddy human child. "My bots now." My heads-up display flashed a message and displayed a tack marker of 300 meters left field. "Corvid," I tried. "Explain the marker and cut the music." I was starting to enjoy that. "Your bots have located a standard crewmate you came here to rescue." "We didn't come here to rescue anyone." "The life science profile matches your teammate with the red cranial plumage." "Allison," I said, leading the team left. "Corvid said there's a human on the ship. You know anything about that?" Nothing, boss, Allison said. I could hear the anger in her voice. There was a lot of human loot back in that hold, though. The human is not here to rescue the human, and yet there is carnage. Surprise. New mission. If there's a prisoner here, that's our first priority. Pay carnage. A screeching sound disrupted my train of thought. It continued, and I looked over my shoulder. Tyker was dragging his foot, which was buried halfway up to the ankle through the floor. Tyker, what are you doing? Tyker Goofoot. Galkin removed his foot, mostly clean from fetch gore, and spat another tendril of bile. The acid stuck to the discarded plasma canister, which exploded. The ceiling-mounted emergency system alarm started waiting. Tactical update? We're all gonna die. Sit on the egg, Corvette. Shut down those alarms if you can. Status, failure. We continued walking the empty corridor, and Shadow's voice pierced my awareness. There is another human here. I can feel its pain. Alert, alert, extra-dimensional threat detected. You can hear him, I asked, dumbfounded. Shadow is friendly. Data does not align. Use caution. What data is not aligned? We were approaching the end. The ceiling was rising to accommodate the change to a much larger space, like a hangar bay, but in the center of the ship. Data colloquial. Burning ones, true name unknown, classified as lethal. EDT is known cause of mass casualty events. Do not engage. V.E., I pointed to the door at the center. Get us in there. V.E. slung her shotgun over her shoulder and bounded over to the door. She produced a breaker bot from her pack and applied it to the lock. It made quick work of the code and swiftly moved the physical bolts and tumblers into the open position. I'll go first. My HUD says the life signs are inside this room. Allison volunteered. She was standing, holding her gun between her hands, folded casually over her breast, but angled towards the door. If there's a human in here, they could use to see a friendly face first. The rest of you guys look kind of scary. What if they're not friendly to us? We said, cautiously, as she carefully stowed her gear and backed away from the door. Allison's gun snapped into the ready position, and she stalked forward, walking slightly sideways so her profile was thinner. Don't ever let someone tell you a human is not a predator. Then we burn that bridge when we get to it. Shadow walked with her, wings spread out protectively, shielding her from all sides. Something that powerful cannot be friendly, Chief. Well, he's been directly involved in saving my own life at least 3 times. Intriguing. This shadow protects the human? Allison disappeared into the dark room. He does? All clear, Allison called back. There's a kid in here. He needs medical. Stat. Move in, I ordered, rushing in after Allison. V.E. medpack, now! Tiger, cover the door. Tiger, door! The Kokoran echoed. I was not prepared for what I found when I crossed the threshold. Allison was kneeling beside a small heap in the center of the room. Shadow stood behind her. His wings filled half the room. The light coming off them was blinding. The energy coming from them rang like a glass bell and resonated in my bones. I was not prepared for the bone-rending screams. I was not prepared for the fires. I was not prepared. Alert, alert, extra-dimensional threat detected. End of chapter. I'd quickly like to thank the T5 peeps: Cold War Boomerwaffen, Sevaren Serberous, Bushmaster 177, Henry the Red, Casper Arnholtz, Cold War Boomerwaffen, Elijah Silvercross, Dragzoon W.R.E, and Sevaren Serberous. Thank you very much.